We're speaking today with Karla Donehew Perez of the Catalyst String Quartet. They're going to be in concert Thursday evening at 7:30 at the Attucks Theater in downtown Norfolk under the auspices of the Virginia Arts Festival. Karla, I have to tell you that the Attucks, the great old African-American theater here in Norfolk, was almost in ruins and completely restored and has wonderful acoustics. So I think you're going to have a lot of fun with the quartet playing in there Thursday night. I wanted to ask you, though, first of all, when I looked at your website, and people really should, the Catalyst Quartet has done so much. You've put out various CDs and concertized everywhere. It says you have a passion for contemporary works, committed to diversity and education, and you're starting a new series of CDs called Uncovered, which we played a bit of last Saturday evening on my new releases program. But you've got Florence Price, George Walker, William Grant Still, and Joseph Boulogne coming up in that series. And I just wanted to say that's a fantastic endeavor that you're undertaking.
Thank you. You know, it's something that we actually started working on almost more than 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's wonderful that we've finally been able to actually get it out into the world and that people are getting to experience this wonderful music.
Well, you've recorded some cool stuff. You did the Glenn Gould String Quartet. I hadn't heard that in years. I had an old CBC LP transcription of it, and I was glad to see that. And you did some Jesse Montgomery. And you've got that coming up on your program. We had Eric Jacobson in town a couple of weeks ago with the Virginia Symphony, and he did Jesse Montgomery's Starburst. So we're going to have two Jesse Montgomerys in a matter of about a month, which is fantastic. Tell us about the program that you're going to be doing, which is Florence Price and George Walker and Jesse Montgomery.
Sure. Well, I will start by saying, first of all, Jessie's amazing, but you know she was in our quartet for 6 years.
She was one of the original members, was she not?
Well, she wasn't an original member, but she was a core part of what we are today. She's really, together, we all kind of grew up together and still hold a very close relationship. And so this piece, Strum, that we're playing on the concert is something that I think it's one of the pieces that sort of launched her career. Yeah. It's a favorite. It's an audience favorite. And I mean, we've played it so much for so many people. It's kind of become like our little theme song in a way. And it's really, I mean, it's clear. It's that her language musically is just so attractive to people and so unique. And that's what really makes it wonderful. And you recorded that as well. That's on one of your CDs. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, for her album, her debut composer album. Yes. And so the program that we're presenting at the Attucks Theater is a little bit of an uncovered program, you know, because part of the project of the Uncovered project that we started, it is a recording anthology, but it's also a performance project. It's important that we get this music out there and it's played. And so we will be playing George Walker and then a lot of Florence Price. And we've made a real big comeback, by the way. You know, on CD, all of a sudden, Florence Price is like the hot item in classical music today, and a great thing that is. Mm-hmm. It's quite wonderful because, you know, we didn't even have her music until recently. So actually, you know, after the concert, we are going to be recording her string quartets at the Attucks Theater. Ah, great. For the next 3 days after the concert. So, and that's going to be the second volume of our Uncovered project. Okay. Nobody has yet recorded the string quartets, all of her string quartets. And at the concert, we'll be performing one quartet that has barely been performed at all, that people don't even know exists. And that's the Negro Folk Songs in Counterpoint. Okay. And then also, I think you've got the string quartet number 2 from 1935. Yes. Yes. And the George Walker piece is the lyric for strings. That's sort of well-known piece from George Walker, but it'll be great to hear it in concert. Yes. But so you're going to do all the Florence Price quartets recorded at the Attucks. That'll be coming out on the Azeka label for your series Uncovered. Boy, that's great. Great contribution to the literature, and I can tell you,
not just our station, other radio stations waiting to get their hands on that to
Yes.
expand their repertoire.
I know. We're trying to get it out as quickly as possible. And, we're also going to be recording her piano quintets at the end of the summer with Michelle Can. That's also part of the series. So, we're working, we're getting it out there as quickly as we can.
And in the meantime, you're still out concertizing as well. You work, with Sphinx Virtuosi and Imani Winds. Imani Winds have been here a number of times for the Arts Festival. Great group. And I guess with the COVID starting to lift, you're finally really getting to go out and do some concerts.
Yes. Well, it's funny that you mentioned the Imani Winds because we just played one of our first, real live concerts here in New York City with the Imani Winds last night.
Great.
With an audience of 50 people. So that was really something special.
Yeah, it feels weird to go to concerts. Everybody sits apart. One of the concert series I went to, we were actually seated and led out by row as if we were in elementary school again at lunchtime. Row 6 will now be dismissed.
Right, yes.
It's a different world, but gradually everybody's getting shots and eventually we're going to be back to normal. But I guess it's better for a quartet than, say, for an orchestra, because I know the symphony here, spacing out, they've had a little bit of trouble with that distancing.
Yeah.
Quartet, maybe not so much.
Well, we formed a pod, and we got tested often and rehearsed together and sort of became, we were already kind of like our family members to each other. I am married to the violist. And so... we were just really careful, and then, and now we've been vaccinated, so that makes things a lot easier.
Great.
But yeah, it is easier for us because we're a small ensemble.
Okay, well, let me once again emphasize you're going to be at the Attucks Theater. It's going to be Thursday night, 7:30, auspices of the Virginia Arts Festival, and you can get those tickets by calling the Arts Festival 282-2822. You can go online, vafest.org. And I think the box office is open over there in downtown at the Arts Festival headquarters. And I suspect tickets will be somewhat limited because of the spaced out seating that you'll have at the Attucks. But it's a great theater, great program. Jesse Montgomery's strum, and then 2 pieces from Florence Price and the George Walker lyric for strings. And Karla, we are anxiously awaiting your arrival, and also awaiting the issuing of more recordings in your Uncovered series. But we wish everybody well, good health. Glad to have you in town, and we will eagerly await your Florence Price recordings as well. Anything else you got in the pipeline recording-wise, or is that it?
Well, that's the main CD recording project. We do have a commissioning project that will be premiering in April of 2022 that'll involve 10 different composers writing miniature string quartets for us.
Oh, great.
And that's going to be recorded for a video album on YouTube. So it's a little bit different, but that's something else we're working on. Really fun. A project that was meant for our 10th anniversary, but because of COVID kind of got moved a little bit, but it's still totally happening. So, we're thankful.
All right. Well, Karla Donehew Perez, thank you very much for spending a little bit of time today talking with us. We will see you on stage at the Attucks. We'll hear you on the air with your CD recordings. Welcome to the Virginia Arts Festival in Hampton Roads, and travel safely, and best wishes.
Thank you.